Big Ten play, it's upon us. One of 20. Obviously, an exciting time of year. You get to a little different mentality when league play rolls around. Very, very good Ohio State team. A team with some veterans, guys that we're very familiar with in their building, coming off a road win in league play. So this is a very, very solid basketball team, and have one loss, and expect nothing easy, which there never is in league play. Coming off a game that I thought we did some really nice things in the last 15 minutes of that game, 20 minutes of that game. And we weren't bad in the first half, other than the rebounding side of things. But beat a good Tennessee team that guards. I loved the grit. I loved the fight. A game that we made much fewer, is that right? Less scouting report mistakes than we had. And I thought that was the mental focus. The great practices leading up to it, I think, hold a footprint for our team. I hope that's the case, that you play like you practice. But now it's on to Big Ten play, and a guy with a veteran guard in Bruce Thornton, who's been outstanding his whole career. I think he started every game, or played in every game, but maybe one in his career. So we'll have to play well.
You said a different mentality for Big Ten play. What do you tell the new guys about it?
Yeah, a lot. There's it's we will lean on our veterans a little bit. It's a 15,000 fans against you, an opposing team. It's everybody's amped up. Everybody's trying to play the long game, win a championship. And it's a marathon, and yet you can't undervalue any possession. They're all very, very important. This is a team that has great size and have been very, very good on the offensive side. They're playing much faster than they have in the past. So you have to value every possession. You can't give them easy baskets, and those are the little things that in league play are very important.
Is it a little different this year, maybe compared to last, where you don't maybe have as many guys you have to sort of indoctrinate into Big Ten play?
Yeah, I hope so. You've got great leadership in Kylan and Ben and Tommy. Now, all those three guys in particular, Jake, have all been through the rigors of a Big Ten season, and it just gets to be a little different mentality in league play. I don't know why that is, but it is. It's a little more intense. There's a little more fight, and we've got to try to match that as we did on the other night against Tennessee.
Do you feel like things are kind of rounded in the shape as far as the rotation, identifying roles?
Yeah, closer. We'll see. It was. I think matchups have a little bit to do with that. It was. Unfortunately, we got in a little bit of foul trouble early with Dre and Z. We let Z play a little bit and got his third, but again, it's getting closer, and we're starting to feel a little more comfortable. We got to figure out, Mihailo's, starting to play into shape. He did so many good things. He just didn't finish, and then we had Keaton and Bam both going in a pretty good way. So we kind of rode with that backcourt for maybe extended periods of time, but we're getting there.
Where have you seen the biggest growth for Ben defensively and as a rebounder?
Care, pride, want to, understand winning. Not that he didn't do any of those things last year. He's just been an offensive player most of his life, and he's been a guy that's been known for his shooting. And I've had more calls about him, and he didn't take a shot after this game. Most people had not seen that. And, his shot blocking is uncanny. His timing is very good. His ability to slide his feet, his strength has helped. I think there's confidence that comes with that. And that's, hats off to Fletch for and that young man, his conditioning is second to none. He's in as good a shape as anybody. But just a desire, and he's got it.
What is the process when a guy has been so offensively driven for most of his basketball career to find a complementary identity, I guess, on the court?
Yeah, there's more to the game than just that, and I referenced the young man that played at Northwestern, the Spencer kid, who was a lacrosse player, I think, National Player of the Year, and now he's making a way in the NBA because he does all the right things. He made it there on his defense and his toughness and his grit, and enhanced his jump shot. And now Ben's kind of going about it the other way. A guy that started at NAI level and finding his way along the way to, the Big Ten and did it with his offense. And now understanding what it takes to win, there's just a maturation, and I think he's going through that process.
What does Tommy unlock for you guys offensively as a second, third playmaker?
A lot. You saw it. Exploit mismatches, post-ups. His decision making just made simple plays. The opening play of the half. They were out pressuring us, and we back cut him for a layup, and then his just simple feeds to Keaton out of double teams, and whether it was strong side, whether it was weak side, that's great footwork, and those are all things that he's adept at and very good at. And then if you play him one-on-one, he's got the strength now to be a little more comfortable to go score.
So I think he had more post-up scores against Tennessee than I can remember in the game. Has it been a process you mentioned after, he's got the physicality and the rear end to do it, to just tell him, you can score this way?
Yeah, and I think it was what he's grown up doing. We got away from that a little bit last year just because of the makeup of our team and the success he had in Pops. And then, yes, he had to get stronger. He had to take advantage of being able to not get rooted out because of not being strong enough, and especially in his legs. That's what the off season's for, and he feels very comfortable in there, as he does, Papa, and that's what makes him such a good threat.
Thornton seems like he's been around forever. What makes that guy such a thorn in the side of teams and keeping him out of the paint? Seems like a challenge.
Yeah, no one's done it. They get down 8 or 9 against Northwestern, and he's got the ball, and he's gonna get it where he wants it, and he's an adept mid-range scorer. He's got the ability to shoot it. He gets fouled a great deal. I just appreciate him for his consistency and his ability to be in every game. Never hurt. He's big and strong. He's playing more off the ball this year maybe than he has, but just a terrific college player, and probably one of the better all-time guards in terms of numbers at Ohio State.
What are your takeaways about Big Ten so far after some of these non-conference games, and what do you kind of think about the conference? Do you think there's 5 teams that could win it, or how are you kind of viewing it this year?
I haven't even thought about it. Be very honest with you. Probably not the answer you wanted. I know Michigan's obviously having a stellar start to their season, and Tom's beaten a lot of people, and obviously a tough day for Purdue, and everybody's going to go through those. Everybody has those moments, and so I don't make too much of it until you get through the grind of it and you start seeing them head on. They're all hard, they're all tough, and but the league's got great coaches. It's got great players throughout it, and it won't be any different this year than in the past.
These early Big Ten games have been pretty much a staple since you've been in Illinois. Just what do you think about kind of what that's done, just in terms of preparation, about maybe switching to this different mindset?
I'm mixed on them. It's an incredibly long season. I used last year. We played Northwestern. They were ranked, and obviously an injury happens, and their season with Brooks, and their season kind of goes a little different, a different direction. That was a quad 1 game, at the time. It doesn't matter. We've got to play them. I wish we played everybody twice. We don't do that. That'd be a lot more fun having a true round robin. But you know, it is what it is. You've got to go play them, and you know, this one's December 9th or whatever the day is. We play it, and we've got to show up and try to be our best on that night.
But what is it about the way that you guys practiced in particular last week that you kind of saw translate into that Tennessee game? And then how do you bottle that?
Well, you don't need to bottle that for an everyday deal. I mean, they were hard, they were challenging, they were very, very demanding. There were consequences for everything, and yet it was, you know, some days it was just half court. You know, where we just had to grind through possession after possession and have fight and demand that it gets right, and you know, work on the chemistry piece and the execution piece, and we juggled lineups throughout a practice. I don't do that a lot. Just looking at different pieces, we did little 3-4 minute scrimmages almost every day, doing that. So it just gave us some relief from not thinking about an opponent and thinking about ourselves.
What are some keys you think against Ohio State? Are there anything unique about the way they play where you point to one or two things that you got to do well against?
Yeah, they're playing very, very fast. I mean, you look, they're one of the most efficient teams in the country. They get a lot of easy baskets. You know, the Noel kid's coming off of a huge night, a game that he got out and ran and got some easy baskets and dunks. You obviously know that you know, Bruce and Royal are guys that have been around. They know how to score the basketball. You know, and in turn they're going to play zone. They play man. They press. You know, they do a lot of different things defensively, and you've got to handle those changing defenses as well.
Saturday night, you talked about chasing rebounds a little more than just hitting. But as you know, a couple days later, do you still feel that you maybe need to tweak that a little bit?
Yeah, both. We got to get guys. We got to get Andrei Stojakovic chasing rebounds. We've got to get. It's what Keaton does. We've got to get Kylan, you know, chasing down long rebounds. We've got to get, you know, Merck maybe less worried about, you know, his man and just chasing balls. That's what he does instinctively. And so, you know, it's everybody. We got to get increased rebounding from Ben. Ben's assignment sound. He's going to block out. I thought he and Jake both did a good job of keeping balls alive, and you know, and then we did it in the last 4, 5, 6 minutes of the game. I thought we were much better at doing that.
So, the remnants of the guitar make it to your office?
They're in Adam Fletcher's office. He takes great pride in having. You know, I think our guys took the signage in Bridgestone. I think there was a lot of Smashville or something all over it, and you know, guys took that to heart, and it looks good in Fletch's office, and you know, it's fun, and I think it's really, really important that players enjoy winning, and you know, we had a nice bus ride. We had Greek, Serbian, Croatian music. It looked like a nightclub in. Not that I know what a nightclub in Serbia looks like, but I was told it could be a nightclub in Serbia. Our bus ride with guys singing and dancing and having fun, and that stuff's pretty cool.
Are you going to return the favor and wear a sweatshirt with Brett Bielema's face on it to the Music City Bowl?
Wow, I haven't thought about that. I mean, I give him all the credit in the world for putting something that ugly on. You know, and having to withstand the glutton of insults that probably came his way wearing that, but you know, I've always been told I've got a rather large head. It was a rather large head on that shirt, but no, that's the relationship Brett and I have, and I mean, he's always there supporting us, and it was great to see him there, and I appreciate him doing that, and you never know, we'll have to figure out what the bowl game will look like and what I might wear.
Thanks for that.
Thanks, Coach.